What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here bringing you some more Series 9 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Today we're trying out a new team. This was a team built by Resu and it made it all the way to 5th place on the Season 13 ladder. This was in December of 2020, so the meta has changed a fair bit, but this is a really cool team. It is very hyper offense, which is something that I used to play a lot and I'm definitely excited for. It uses Spectrier or Shifu and Landorus as really its main sort of powerful hitters. You also do have Togekiss with that Scope Lens and Super Luck for big critical hits, Regieleki for a ton of speed control, and finally, just Incineroar to round out the team overall. It is, like I said, very straightforward hyper offense, which I think has kind of fallen out of favor. I know I have particularly started shifting a little bit away from it and more towards a more slower balance approach, but I really am excited to give this team a shot. So the rental code is obviously included in the description, and yeah, with that, let's just hop into the first game. Alright, battle number 1, and it is Grimmsnarl with Metagross, Tapu Fini, Sylveon, Moltres, and Spectrier. I do, Regieleki. I think Regieleki is a very powerful option into my opponent's team because of the fact that it immediately gets speed control and takes away a lot of sort of options for my opponent. So I'm going to lead Regieleki and I think Landorus, right? I want to say Landorus makes the most sense. There is also the argument to be made for Incineroar. Incineroar is tempting, yeah, because Incineroar is useful to stop screens with Grimmsnarl. I'm going to go with Incineroar. I'm going to have Landorus in the back, and then what? Urshifu is tempting. No, this Spectre is very offensive. Togekiss is an option. I don't think my opponent's going to bring Metagross. If I don't think they're going to bring Metagross, I feel really comfortable going with Togekiss. Yeah, let's go with Togekiss. I think Togekiss is a solid option. Incineroar, what I'm hoping is if they go with Grimmsnarl, I'm tempted just to double up into it, because that way what I can do is I can really sort of limit their defensive capabilities and then push through. So we are going to see, Grimmsnarl. Oh, actually cool. So it's Grimmsnarl's Spectrier, which I'm really okay with because of the fact that I'm not going to trigger any sort of, any sort of policy on Spectrier, and it can't really do much to Incineroar. So, Electro Ball, I'm just going to actually double up into Grim, expecting the Grimmsnarl to switch out. I mean, not the Grimmsnarl, expecting the Spectrier to switch out. They're going to not, they're not switching out, which is a little bit scary. Especially, given the fact that this Thunderbolt did not knock them out. They're going to Shadow Ball into Regieleki, and Aleki is going to live. I do get the special defense drop, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think at this point I can go for an Electro Web, and then what do I have in the back? Parting Shot? I think, just try and nerf this, the Spectrier, as much as possible with the combination of Electro Web with Regieleki, which hopefully takes out this Grimmsnarl. It does. Nice. And then they're probably going to, knock out my Regieleki, which, they're going to go for a Shadow Ball into that, and then what's nice is I can Parting Shot out with Incineroar, and that'll let me bring back Incineroar safely against their Spectrier. So we are going to get the Spectrier down to neutral special attack again, and then I think Landorus. Yeah, probably Landorus with Incineroar. Let's see. Oh, because we don't actually know what they bring. We're both gonna. Yeah, and then Ensign. And they're going to bring out. I think Incineroar is safe because it lets me get the immediate fake out pressure into Tapu Fini. Which, yep, there's Tapu Fini. I still think they could max Tapu Fini. I don't think that that is an unheard of option. Yeah, there is the fear of that, but let's go for a fake out and then max Quake. Let's try and max Quake into the Spectrier because my opponent's team is very special focused. So I think with the combination of the max Quake as well as the Assault Vest should put Landorus into a really good position. And then what I'm really hoping I can do somehow is if I can switch out Incineroar into Togekiss and get an Airstream, I think that'll also put me in a really good position. So they're going to swap out Spectrier and they're going to bring out Moltres. Very good switch. Because, yeah, I'm going to waste a max Quake. Very good prediction on my opponent. But I think this also puts Togekiss into a very good spot. Because now what I can do is I can, go for an Airstream and then start Dazzling Gleam with the Super Luck and the Scope Lens. Oh, okay, so they are gonna... that's tricky, because they are maxing Fini. So, yeah, that's actually really scary. They are... they are very specially oriented, given what they have left. They're going to... Look at all the damage that Fake Out did. Yeah, that was a really good read on their part. They're going to Max Geyser, so I'm guessing that's going to go into Ensign. Ensign is going to live, which I don't actually want that necessarily. Yeah, because now this is tricky. Because I wanted to get in Togekiss. This actually isn't the end of the world. So what we can do is we can Parting Shot into Fini and then go for an Airstream into the Moltres to get the speed boost. What is nice is they cannot increase their speed. So what that means is I can boost up Landorus with +1 Airstream. Then I can bring out the Togekiss and then can get the speed boost before they move. So that's actually, I think that's really good overall. Yeah, so we're going to get some chip onto Moltres. And now what I can do is I can focus more on the Tapu Fini as I go for a Dazzling Gleam. Oh, interesting. Tapu Fini is a lot slower than I would have hoped if Incineroar is outspeeding. So Togekiss, we can bring a Togekiss. What? I can... Yeah, this is tricky. I think I want to... What? So they're going to go for Geyser. It does more than I would have liked. Not going to lie. It actually does a lot more than I would have liked, even at -1. I think Dazzling Gleam... I want to double up into... No, I'm going to go for... That's so risky. Because what I'm afraid is we're going to proc the policy on Moltres, and then it's going to do super effective back. But I also... I think there's arguments to be made for Rockfall into the Moltres over this play. But what I'm hoping, though, is if I can live, I do have really good spread coverage between Dazzling Gleam and Rock Slide. They're going to... Okay, so they're going to swap out Moltres, which is actually... This actually then ended up working in my favor. So we're going to connect with the max Quake. And now, let's see. That does... Yeah, this Tapu Fini's really causing me some trouble. There is still that light screen. We are going to get the critical hit onto... onto the... Oh, double. I was like, we didn't get it onto the Spectrier. So Tapu Fini is going to connect with this. Yep, Togekiss is going to live. And now, what? Both of our maxes should end? Yeah. So both of our maxes end, which means that I do have the flinch chance with Rock Slide, and the fact that... oh, wait, I can just go for Earthquake. That is true. So I can go for Earthquake pretty safely, even if they switch out into Moltres. They can't double... Oh, wow. Spectrier is faster. Jeez. I thought Landorus was at +1. What is Landorus's speed? Is this just a... Oh, it's Adamant. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, great. Yep. So Tapu Fini should go down to a Dazzling Gleam at this point. Which, yep, perfect. And then they're going to send out their Moltres as their last one. And I think a combination of Rock Slide and Dazzling Gleam should be enough to pick up the KO onto Moltres. But does Togekiss have a speed boost? No, it doesn't. Oh. But I mean, that's fine. Because what? Worst case, Moltres is going to knock out Togekiss. And then, actually, what? This is yep, there's the policy. So the question is, will a +2, +3, +3 spread Fiery Wrath knock out, or just kidding, we're going to go first. I was like, will it be enough to knock out the Landorus? And then, because then I can bring out, what's it called? I can bring out Incineroar. Do I even have Incineroar left? I totally forget. But yeah, I mean, this is clutch. I love Hyper Offense. I think it's a really cool play style, and it's all about being really aggressive, and I think that's what this team did really well, and I can see why it topped the ladder. Like, it has a really cool strategy, and even though these spreads are pretty bulky, so compared to like a lot of Hyper Offense of just 252, 252, 4, there's a lot of kind of diversity in the spreads. Like, the goal is still to just deal as much damage as possible, and I think it really does that. It has a lot of really good speed control in the meta, and it just like plays really well. So glad we could do so well in the first one, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is a Dragapult Colossal team with what is it called? Regigigas, Weezing, Rillaboom, and the Urshifu. So this is tricky because I don't. So this is tricky because what if my opponent leads with Urshifu, Incineroar is obviously the better option to fake out to stop. They also could just lead. They could actually just lead with Regigigas Weezing. This is hard. My opponent has a lot of really good lead options. Yikes. I don't know. This is so flexible. I'm going to go with Regieleki Landorus. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's bring Togekiss and Incineroar. Alright, Urshifu, unfortunately not going to do much. And I think just the fact that Togekiss has chances of critical hits can be very valuable, but obviously, like, against Weezing, against Regigigas, it's not going to do that much. Yeah, so this is a big question of what does my opponent want to lead with, because they have two very different options, and I don't think there's a way. Okay, so they picked Gigas Weezing, which ended up being the way that I accounted for, which is fine by me. The tricky thing is, I'm. Oh, that's hard because they're going to outspeed. This is what they're gonna go for max strike. I'm tempted to swap out to Togekiss with the intent of it getting knocked out to bring Landorus back in. Yeah, so I think the play is to Electro Web in the event that they don't protect with Weezing, and then swap out to Togekiss. And what that'll let me do is that'll let me basically use Landorus to knock out their Weezing the subsequent turn, and then without Weezing, Regigigas isn't the biggest threat, and we can waste a turn of their max. It is a little bit unfortunate that I have to give up my Togekiss, because given the fact that we're seeing Regigigas maxing, I'm guessing they have Rillaboom and and Urshifu in the back. Yep, Weezing's going to protect. So we are going to be able to get off an Electro Web. And so, what would be great is if they target into Regieleki with Regigigas, but I don't see that. Oh, I spoke too soon. They're going to target into Regieleki, which means I can... Okay, that's actually pretty good. Because now what happens is I can bring out... I can bring out Landorus, and Regigigas is now slower than Landorus. So I can Earthquake Dazzling Gleam to basically try and knock out Weezing. So let's do that, and then let's go for a Dazzling Gleam. Because the fear is if Weezing is sashed, I want to guarantee we get the knockout. In this way, we are still picking up good damage into Regigigas. They did go for Protect the first turn, and I think this... What is the... I get that you're getting speed control. So we do pick up... Yep, it looks like a critical hit onto Weezing. We are going to be able to get the Earthquake off. And... Ooh, oh! So they have a Berry. That makes things... That's really bad. Because, yep. Oh, wow. That's really bad. That Shuka Berry is super bad. Oh, that's... Yeah, I don't actually think I can recover from that at this point. Because what do I have? I have an Incineroar in the back, which isn't going to do much. Because, yeah, that Regigigas has one turn left. Man, I wish the Landorus had Lumberry right now. Yeah. I think what Weezing is going to go for... I have to max Landorus and go for a Knuckle. A Knuckle into Gigas, but I'm going to get taken down in one shot, and then Fake Out into the Weezing. I think I'm trying to think, was there a better lead? I think switching out Landorus turn 1, I think it made sense that I expected them to target into the slot, and I was hoping just to pivot out Landorus that way. Is there... No... Yeah, I don't think there was a good... As far as I can see, there was no good sort of lead that could have adjusted for or accounted for both Gigas Weezing and the... what is it called? And the Colossal. And so I made a choice to pick the Colossal as the bigger threat. Yeah, this will probably take out Landorus. Yeah, that's game. I guess I could have... I should have brought Urshifu. Yeah, I think Urshifu Regieleki would have actually been the best choice, because then I would have had the damage output. Yeah, the damage output from Urshifu, I think really would have been able to deal with both leads, and it would have, yeah. So I think, yeah, I'm basically wasting time and repeating myself a lot because there isn't much to say. My opponent made the right choice by going for Giga Squeezing, and I didn't consider my lead well enough, because if I had gone with Urshifu Regieleki, I would have actually been in a much stronger position overall. But I think I was afraid of something that wasn't there, which is why I went with Landorus and didn't bring Urshifu, and as a result, it cost me. But I mean, you live and you learn, and all you can do, as I always say, is push forward and move to the next game. All right, battle number 3, and very similar team. It is a Spectrier with Regieleki, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Togekiss, and an Urshifu. I really like Landorus in this game. I think it handles a lot of my opponent's team between the Assault Vest and just the Intimidate. So I definitely want Landorus. What else do I want? I like Regieleki. Regielecki's tempting, but the fear of Rillaboom is hard. I mean, I could do Regieleki Incineroar. So if they lead with their Rillaboom, I can fake it out. I think Landorus definitely in the back. Togekiss. Yeah, what is the last one? Spectrier. Spectrier is modest, so I think it's too slow, and there's a lot of things my opponent has into it. Togekiss, I think Togekiss is the really strong option, but I will need to get rid of their Regieleki. But what is nice is I do have Landorus, which can really kind of work with it. So I think what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to get some speed control immediately by using Regieleki, and then bringing out the rest of my team to kind of push through. So they're going to go for Spectrier and Incineroar. Okay, so does this Incineroar have any speed EVs? Let's see whose Intimidate goes first. Oh, so they're going to connect with their Intimidate before me, which makes me think what they're going to. Wow, their Incineroar is fast. I want to. Do I predict what? A Mud Shot? I'm going to protect Regieleki, and I'm just going to go straight for a Parting Shot into Spectrier, because I expect them to target Regieleki. And so what I'm hoping is to divert them away from Incin to immediately get the pressure onto their Spectrier, and then lower the Spectrier's speed with Regieleki the subsequent turn. Okay, yeah, so they are going to max, which really makes me wish I had gone for, what's it called? I literally can't think of the name. If I had just switched into Landorus, but I think there's the fear of Max Phantasm, and I didn't want to risk that. So we are gonna protect with Regieleki. I'm hoping that they're gonna fake out into Regieleki. Yep. Okay. Great. That's actually awesome, because now, they're gonna Max Strike. Oh, that's a really good play. That's a really good play, because now. Oh, okay. So now they're guaranteeing that their Spectrier is faster than my Regieleki. So what do I bring out now? I like Landorus, but I'm afraid of... I'm going to go with Landorus, because when I want to do... yeah, I mean, that's hard, because they can just so easily parting shot into me with Incineroar. So then the question is, what are they going to target with Spectrier? Because what I'm thinking is, if I can go for an Electroweb and then max Quake into the Incin, right? If I max Quake into the Incin, I'm trying to knock it out before I can get off a parting shot. So I think this is risky. They are going to switch out Incineroar, and they're going to bring out... Alright, I'm not allowed to go for Max Quake anymore in this game. This is the second game that someone has brought out a flying type into my Max Quake. So we're not gonna do that anymore. Granted, it was very obvious. They're gonna Max Quake into my Regieleki. Regieleki's gonna go down, and now, that's... I mean, it was very obvious. I can't even be upset for that prediction. So they are Life Orb, which is nice, but we're really burning through their max turns. Who has higher special defense? Incin has 143 versus 136. I'm gonna bring out Incin. And what I can, because Spectre is now back to neutral. I definitely want to fake out. What am I thinking? I'm thinking go for a fake out here and then get a speed boost with Landorus. What'll that get me? It means I'll outspeed Spectrier. So let's hit into Spectrier. I want to get chip damage onto it. They're going to withdraw Togekiss. They're probably going to bring out Incineroar. Which, yep, there's Incineroar, which is a very good switch on their part. We're going to now... Yeah, because that means that I can't deal with them going for Fake Out into my Incin the subsequent turn. They are also getting off Intimidates onto my Incineroar, which isn't good. I mean, not my Incineroar, onto my Landorus. So that is less than ideal. I don't actually know what my Landorus's attack is at this point. It should be -1, but hopefully the max Airstream will do a sizable chunk. Yeah, we're gonna get a decent amount of damage to the point where I think that Landorus should be able to knock out their Spectrier next turn with another max Airstream. And so what I think I can do is I can just protect... I can get some speed control, because we know they have Togekiss in the back. They're probably honestly going to switch Incin. Oh wow, they have... Jesus. What is Landorus's attack? Landorus is only at -1. I think I could just go for the Dazzling Gleam. I honestly don't see a reason not to. I think, in the event that they switch out, it's so worth going for that guaranteed damage. Because if they try and they could parting shot into into Landorus to just try and nerf me as much as possible. What is really tricky though is I am giving up that max Knuckle, and there it is. So we're gonna get the Spectrier to go down. That is gonna let them parting shot into the Landorus, and I think at this point I'm gonna start playing more towards Landorus flinches as opposed to Landorus damage. We're gonna connect with the Dazzling Gleam. Let's see if we can get a crit. We do get a critical hit, which is nice. That is gonna trigger their Berry. We know that they have Togekiss in the back, But at this point, we also have the fact that Landorus is going to be faster, and they're gonna taunt. That's actually really big. Because now that means they're not parting shot, and they could switch out. What are they going to bring out? They're going to bring out their own Togekiss. I think, a combination of Rock Slide and Dazzling Gleam should be really solid damage. And then Rock Slide, is double super effective. Please connect. Yep, double connect. Great chance for flinch. That's going to do a sizable chunk. And now Dazzling Gleam comes out. No critical hit on the Incineroar. We do get a flinch, and we do get the parting shot into Landorus as expected. But I think at this point, it's really about using Landorus, honestly, for a flinch chance with Rock Slide, and then just having... Okay, so they're going to bring out Urshifu Water. I think still go for a Dazzling Gleam and a Rock Slide. I think I will... Like an Aqua Jet should not do too much. And like I said, the big hitter at this point is really just the Togekiss. So they need to actually... Let's see. So we're going to connect... they're going for a Surging Strike. Which, it makes a lot of sense. We're going to get the Dazzling Gleam off. Oh, just lives. That's so unfortunate. So they should, Surging Strike into the Togekiss. Oh, into the Landorus. That's really interesting. I would have gone for... Oh, because Togekiss is taunted. That's very smart. That makes sense. Because I can't protect against the Fake Out. So that's going to let them... that's going to let them attack into Togekiss this turn, right? I can't... I still can live. But the question is, can I live a combination of Surging Strike and Fake Out? So Fake Out's going to bring me to 154. Surging Strike. And I have to live an Aqua Jet. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to pull this one off. Yeah, that first one is way too much. I think it's close. I think it really depends on how much... it's going to come down to this Aqua Jet. Let's see. They're going to Aqua Jet. Will it do 38? It's going to do 37. Oh my god. My heart definitely skipped a beat on that one. Wow. I think... I'm speechless. I think I definitely got outplayed. But the fact that I lived on one, which I can't... That's something out of my control, and I think that obviously... there were a lot of factors. There was the fact that I lived. There was the fact that I didn't crit, which I think says something. But we're doing well with this team. Let's try and keep going strong and play one more and see how we can do. All right, battle number 4, and we are looking at a Sylveon and Indeedee Dragapult with Incineroar, a Dusclops, and a Rotom Heat. Togekiss is huge. Urshifu is really huge because my opponent doesn't know how bad or what type it is. Sorry, 1 second. Had to respond to that. I think Urshifu's just going to be big overall because of the fact that that's tricky. I don't know. They don't have a lot of good speed control, so I think Regieleki... Do I want Regieleki? I like Spectrier. Let's bring Spectrier. Spectrier with Togekiss? No, because they have Indeedee. Let's do Regieleki Regieleki Incineroar with Landorus, and then did I bring Togekiss this game? I like Togekiss. Urshifu's hard. I think so is Spectrier, because of the fact that they have redirect support with potentially a couple Pokemon. They also have the option of Ally Switch. So I'm gonna go with these four. I think this is definitely my best. I don't think it's my best four. I think there definitely is. Yeah, it is. I think this team has a lot of tricky matchups because it was made when the meta was very different. So it is good for the meta then, and I think it has adjusted now, but to what degree? Okay, this is bad because Landorus obviously can just one-shot Regieleki. So what I'm guessing is they're going to protect Sylveon and Max Quake into Regieleki. So I'm going to make I'm gonna switch into Togekiss, and I'm gonna fake out into. Do I want to fake out? I'm trying to think. I could just straight parting shot. I'm gonna go for the fake out. I think the Earthquake Protect makes a lot of sense. But I could also see my opponent just straight going for a max. And what are we going to see? We're going to see a Protect Earthquake, which makes a ton of sense, all things considered. We're going to get the fake out onto the Landorus. Oh, what? Rocky Helmet. Fascinating. Dazzling Gleam. I think Dazzling Gleam is straightforward, and then let's bring out my own Landorus. Let's really kind of nerf their Landorus, but I mean, given Rocky Helmet, it looks like it's more I'm guessing it's more defensive. But even still, like Landorus is obviously very scary, but what is nice is having Landorus next to Togekiss means that I can Rock Slide for flinches and then just keep going for Dazzling Gleams. Also, Dazzling Gleam goes first. I know that their team is Trick Room based. Double critical hit, always nice. Rock Tomb, interesting. Which does a sizable chunk. They're going to get a speed drop. Sylveon is going to Hyper Voice. Togekiss holds on, which is great. I still think going for Hyper Voice and then Rock Slide for potential flinches. Which, I mean, obviously this isn't the most quote-unquote competitive strategy in the fact that I'm kind of just relying on luck, where I'm saying, hey, let's try and flinch, which, like, we just got. We do take the Hyper Voice. Again, Togekiss, unfortunately, does not hold on, but I can bring out Incineroar. I can bring out Incineroar again, and I think at this point, their Sylveon is low enough where one of these can probably go down. So what I'm more afraid of their Landorus. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to fake out into the Landorus slot, and then I'm going to I'm going to Airstream the Sylveon. Because what I'm hoping to do then is, okay, so they're going to withdraw, which is smart because now they have the Intimidate support. They're going to, that's very smart to bring out Indeedee to get the Psychic Surge to stop the fake out. And now, okay, good to know that they do have Psychic Seed as opposed to Focus Sash. So that actually is also very helpful. Hopefully we can pick up the knockout onto Sylveon. And if we can, that should set us up in a really strong position because now, oh wow, I did not realize how low my Landorus was when I clicked max. Arguably a mistake. Sylveon's going to protect, which is fine. That's actually bad because now they can go for a follow me. They can go for a follow me while they get the hyper voice with Sylveon because they have out Indeedee. I'm gonna taunt. I'm gonna taunt into Indeedee and then go for. I'm gonna go for Max Quake. Do I think they're gonna switch out? I think I have to respect the chance of Indeedee switching. Sylveon switching out into Landorus, and I think I'm saying that just given how the games have gone today. So I'm gonna go for an Airstream into Sylveon. That feels really not good. Yeah, I should have gone for the Quake into. I think Quake into Indeedee would have been the much better play, but I feel like I'm so worried about the Landorus switch given how these last couple games have gone that I just feel like I have to. I don't feel like I have to. I feel like I just don't really like the idea of going for Quake into a slot when I know they have a flyer. Okay, so Incineroar recovers a fair bit. I think at this point I can Flare Blitz into the Indeedee and then go for a. Actually, no. I'm going to Flare Blitz into the Sylveon and then go for a Knuckle into the Indeedee to get an attack boost to make up for the fact that their Landorus still is there and can give me -1. So we're going to pick up this knockout and then hopefully Incineroar. No, yeah, Incineroar outspeeds their Sylveon. So we're going to be able to pick up a double knockout. And one of the things they have left is going to be, Landorus, which I think is pretty low. Yeah, because of the crit, it is fairly low. And now, yeah, the question is what is their fourth? Their fourth is going to be. They're going to send out. Yep. So there's a Landorus, which is fairly low, and it's going to be Dragapult. Dragapult's actually really scary. I think Landorus is a +2, which means that what is Landorus' speed, right? Landorus is at +2, and that means what is your speed? 126. So 252. So I outspeed. Oh, I can't parting shot. I'm gonna Flare Blitz and Rock Slide. Because what? If I can knock out the Incineroar. Oh, they have their max. I knew I forgot about something. Yep, they're gonna max Dragapult, which. Yeah, I can't deal with that because this Incineroar doesn't have. What is it called? It doesn't have Darkest Lariat. They're gonna protect with their Incineroar or their Landorus, which makes sense. We're going to hopefully get big damage with this Rock Slide, single target. It's nope. Not even a smidge. They're gonna Wormwind into Incin, which actually isn't necessarily the worst thing. Is it? I mean, it is, because Regieleki can't do anything to Dragapult. But what I. Yeah, and they went for Dragon, so Landorus is at -1. Thunderbolt into Dragapult, and then I could fly. That's tempting. What, I fly? I don't think that matters. I think if I can knock out their Landorus, what, I need a paralysis. I need a paralysis. Actually, that does a sizable chunk. We do get the Rock Slide. Not even going to knock out their Landorus at this point. Wormwind into the Regieleki. Regieleki goes down, and then their Landorus at this point should be able to take out mine. Right? Because, yeah, they're going to... Oh, cute, we get a flinch. What I could do... What, I can fly? I'm so low, it doesn't actually matter. I think at this point, just go for an Earthquake. Yeah, I could... What, I fly? No, because I land first. I don't think it's worth it. I think just go for a Rock Slide. Try and flinch their Landorus. Not that it matters, because they're just going to knock me out with... They're just going to knock me out with Dragapult this upcoming hit. Yeah, Wormwind into Landorus is going to finish me off. Yeah, that was a good game. I think I got really overly confident, and I totally forgot about the fact that they still had their max. But I am really interested to see... I'm interested to see if my opponent has their team public, because there was a lot of interesting spreads there. Come on, let me see it. No. Okay, so unfortunately, no. We don't get to see their team. But this team, I really like playing with this. Hyper Offense is one of my favorite playstyles, and I'm glad to play it again. So we'll probably do some more games with it tomorrow, and hopefully we can continue the fun games. But yeah, until then, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you next time.